I haven't seen the sprite go yet, so we'll see.
All right, so we do see the race starting now. Both electing to go to Link's house. Probably both gonna go to Uncle. I imagine for this race, we'll probably see Zaen probably play a little bit more safe because he has that win. No need to really take any like serious gambles or anything like that. So, whereas on the other side, Ninban may be pressured to think he has to make some gambles in order to tie up this race. So I'm really interested to see how that first race affects their play style this time around.
Yeah, I think this is the first race I've seen that's been both back to back instead of having one the next day or so.
Yeah, usually doing the game, the next games on a different day allows you to kind of review your mistakes, relax a bit, as opposed to going into another race immediately, possibly off a loss too. So I respect Ninban for or just for both of them for setting that up, because I don't think I could personally do that.
Right. And a lot of times that first race that you did just right before, it could mess up your perception of like what you've done or what you haven't done. So we'll see if that affects them at all.
Definitely both of them doing the same exact thing this time. I know Ninban, I think, had gone straight to Kakariko as opposed to checking Lumberjack last time. I don't exactly recall. But I don't see that either of them will do anything too out of the ordinary, at least for the first part of this seed.
Yep, considering they got those 3 bombs from Uncle, they don't have to worry about trying to get bombs for the first 3 places. They could be using the last one if they don't get any more to get more, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, we got a map check, and that's Eastern and Desert are crystals, and it looked like a red pendant at Hera?
Yeah, that was red on Hera. So kind of the same as last seed where we see that pendant Hera, I believe. It was blue pendant on Hera last seed, I think, correct?
Yep, pretty much interchangeable in Randomizer.
Right, definitely. But I'll definitely see if that affects their routing a bit, whether or not they want to go up there. Also means that we'll have 2 pendant dungeons in Dark World, so that could really affect how you want to approach your route when we get to that point.
Mm-hmm. Not that much so far, but entering into Kakariko, definitely gonna maybe get something good here because there's so many items.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that we don't see another Agnum Seed. I'm sure both of them are not hoping not to see that as well. But yeah, we have so many items to pick up in Kakariko that we could see some real progression here. So we'll see if we have anything of value in Blind Side. We have a piece of heart, a whole heart, little shield, another piece of heart, kind of healthy seeds so far. And lastly, as we get all these rupees.
Just more rupees.
At least to get the money for the bottle merchant right now.
Yep.
Is that Pseudo Udo?
Nope, that's a Cactar from Final Fantasy. and it's always that silly looking.
Inflatable 2 man is also an appropriate guess. Pretty rich seed so far. Almost enough money for Zora at this point. If they do elect to go that point. Bottle being found right there is actually really good too, so you don't have to worry about backtracking.
Yep. It's nice to remember Sick Kid early on. It's definitely not something you want to forget later on, especially if you accidentally have something.
Very true. Zaen able to have enough bombs to enter this hut. Fortunately, it's just a piece of art this time as opposed to the hook shot. But I'm sure he's glad that he didn't have to worry about backtracking for that again.
Yes, the kid has just money. Take his lunch.
Tries not see anything just yet, just the shield and bottle, but still no progression at all, and pretty much Kakariko. Oh, there's a lamp.
Oh, there's a lamp.
That could be something.
A little bit of progression, but still no like weapons. Ninban decided to go buy bombs, probably to stock up before Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, and Zaen definitely making that same choice. No reason not to, because you got so much money for it. Literally only a 1 rupee difference at this point.
Yeah. Oh, it was probably from the tree pull. That was single rupees.
So I know it's still kind of early, but you know, Lantern. You know what Lantern can lead to. And there's no Dark World access items just yet, so.
Oh, wow.
I'm a little bit worried that we're going to see yet another Aghanim Seed.
Come on, Mini Moldorm having something.
Yeah, just as much as they don't want to go to Aghanim, I also don't want to see them have to go to Aghanim as well.
Yeah. I'm more worried about weapons. I've seen routes that have, or seas that had, you had to use Ice Rod and bombs were your only weapons to go through Hyrule Castle to go to the Dark World to find your first sword on the floating island on Desert Mountain. Desert Mountain? Death Mountain. What's a desert mountain?
Sounds pretty intriguing though. Funny enough, you mentioned that the community open race that happened last night had us ascend Hera without any weapons as well to find Moon Pearl and Dark World access. So these swordless seeds are getting more and more ridiculous. Well, nothing so far, just plenty of money.
So they can stock up on all the bombs they need, so I guess they've got weapons.
Right. Wonder if they'll. I imagine they'll probably end up going to Eastern before going to Hyrule Castle, just because if it is truly an Aghanim Seed, you want to be able to just clear out escape and then just be able to Death Warp and go to Aghanim if it does get to that point.
Yeah, and
but who can tell at this point? It's just money.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's crazy. You know, there's still it's pretty easy to go through to Sahasrara and Eastern to get like at least 6 items without the sword, but having to go through Hyrule Castle with bombs is not the greatest.
Both of them have to be pretty careful right now. They're all both 1 hit away from dying to these crabs. And they don't have any weapons. Oh, and then Ninja Man does take that death. That's a scary area to be in.
Yeah. Especially if you don't have a hook shot or a boomerang or just anything to deflect them.
Fortunately, it's just a rupee. I don't think he'll make that trip down there after dying, so if he ends up skipping it, then he takes a little bit of an unorthodox lead over Zaen.
Yeah. It's if you really, really, really want to check it, then probably wait for the flute. If the flute ended up in there, that would be bad, but
oh yeah, that's probably something that would haunt me in every seed, just the flute being there. All right, so we see Green Pendant and Ice Palace. Oh, that could really affect someone's decision to go into Ice Palace if there is any kind of progression items in there. Book as well, but nothing to like actually get to land molas or a weapon just yet.
If you go to desert at this point, and that first item that you can check without boots is not a key of some sort, you're locked from checking any other chests at this point.
Yeah,
so it's risky to go over there.
Plus, even having the seed kind of breadcrumb Desert Palace, I've found that it doesn't really guarantee that it's not boots locked. It's always a toss-up between the two of them.
Yeah.
Also, I do think Ninban had picked up the lamp. I think, where was it? It was in Kakariko.
Yeah, it was.
I haven't seen his inventory just yet to make sure he did. It was a tavern, I think.
Yeah, the tavern.
But I'm not sure if maybe he did skip that by accident.
No, he got it.
He did? Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be kind of worried because there's absolutely no reason to skip that. Both of them neck and neck again already. So just kind of pointing out to what I said about the last race. Zaen's execution is just incredible, given his no major glitches status. So Ninban really has to rely on routing and gambles more so to keep a lead over him.
Yeah, definitely. He got his Ninban got a little bit of a lead because of the death getting him back to the house sooner, but ooh, Moon Pearl.
Oh, nice.
But now Ninban is like neck and neck. They're synced up right now.
Oh, nice gloves too. Definitely a good find because now at this point you're just that one item away from Dark World access and one item away from not having to do Academ.
Yep, and I'm going to assume that this logic isn't mean enough to have desert completable with only bombs, but if they have if they get a weapon, they can do Lanmola.
That would be really dirty. I've yet to experience anything like that, and I hope to never have to do Bomb Lanmola.
Yeah, as long as the keys aren't boots locked. Or yeah. What?
Wow.
Wow.
Eastern is very. Oh no, Ninban or Zaen almost took a death there. But Eastern being the appropriate play. Good call by both of them.
So we're gonna have, as opposed to last race, which we had a late Dark World, we're gonna have an early Dark World here.
You're right. Yeah, it was a very late Dark World because it was like 20-something minutes, 30 minutes before we got to Academ.
I remember it being like over 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think you're right. It was over 30 minutes because they checked everything in Light World just about, including Death Mountain. Interesting. Ninban decided not to go through the sewer.
Yep, I was just about to comment on the sinking. Probably didn't want to try killing this rat with just bombs. Because trying to get the rat to just stay still long enough for you to kill it, it's not fun.
Right. It's a play that could work out if it ends up being something, but just the amount of time you have to commit to that if you haven't really done it before. And he only has one more bomb too. Yeah, he decides no, this isn't worth it.
Yep. Hopefully save him some time in the long run.
Interesting to see Ninban go up to Death Mountain actually pretty early.
This is, unless he finds the mirror in one of the first two spots from the Old Man or from Spectacle Rock Cave, there's only 2 items here.
Yeah, and I said this too in the last race, my thought is, if you have, access to like later spheres, you go and just get those first and then backtrack to stuff that is in earlier spheres. So you have so much check-in.
Yeah. I think in particular the mountain takes so long to climb up. Might as well go up there when you have a little bit more of it open.
His thought might actually been right there because he saved and quit immediately instead of going up to the other item. It's to just get the save and quit checkpoint for Old Man for later on. So maybe that will work out if Flute isn't found at some point.
Possibly.
Alright, so we do have Zaen. I'm not checking the map just yet, so we can't see where everything's at, but I'm sure he's thinking, yeah, after that last race, he's like, yeah. Alright, I'm clearing it out. Alright, what do we got? We got
5-6 at Skull and Turtle Rock.
Green pendant to Ice Palace, which we already knew, and then blue pod as well.
We had a nice long map check there.
Oh, was it? I actually had it paused because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they both had them up for a long time at the same time. I'm waiting to see where we have some divergence in the route, because currently they're just pretty much following the same wavelength in the brain. Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, he's like, yeah, I'm so glad I went to Skullwoods to find the flippers there again. Oh. Yeah. I have to wonder if that was an intentional death, because he kind of paused there before running right into him.
Possibly.
But, Ninban remembering, oh wait, I don't have a small key. But, yeah, it's still really early on to see that it's, there's not really much other divergence. You're just going to go to Dark World, you're going to go up to Skullwoods, go down to Thieves Town, and just make your normal checks. Both of them are doing really standard routing. Zaen getting absolutely wrecked by the Gibdos, unfortunately. Definitely rough, though. Not having any weapons, 5 hearts, and green mail.
Okay, Zaen got the key and is gonna leave.
Yeah. Ninban taking a small lead.
Was that first chest? Wasn't the first chest a map? Or was it an item?
I don't think they found both items. Ninban had skipped that one chest in the room right to the big key, I think.
I did. Maybe, was it? My brain's telling me it was a map, but it might have been something else.
Yeah, it may have just been something that they noticed that I and you didn't. So I will assume they are doing the correct play.
Okay, it was a heart piece.
Okay. Heart piece and flippers, that's why they left. Because I didn't think they would just leave unless they had a reason to.
Rain just glosses over heart pieces and rubies and stuff like that. It's all trash.
Oh, pretty hard seed off the bat as far as just not routing, but just being dangerous with green tunic, 5 hearts, and no weapons. It's a lot of just have to have a lot of precise movement to ensure you're not going to die.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, fire rod. Kind of good they found both items in the woods. You don't have to worry about going back for a long time.
Yep. Yeah, especially with even with the skills of these runners. You saw Zaen have 2 deaths trying to get out of the Skullwoods drop. Dark World access early is fun because there's so many items, but the mirror. But having 5 hearts and green mail is it's so dangerous.
As I am definitely making the play that I would, whether or not it's correct, I don't know, but just wanting to probably find some sort of just some more items before going into Thieves Town, especially with Thieves Town being so easy to access.
Yeah.
But Ninban finding the mirror is really good too, because when he goes, to do his South Dark World checks, he can get the mirror ledge. Possibly if he finds a shovel, check that as well. So a little bit more items for him.
Oh, and another heart piece. Yeah, without a sword, I can't. Well, he can go into the back, but you can't really kill blind. But there's still, the 2 more items that you can check.
Yeah. Normally, I would just check the first 4 items and then leave. So, kind of curious to see if this pays off for him.
Especially if that one item is the mirror, you can just, well, I guess even if that one item is the mirror, you can just get out of there.
Right. Also, having the mirror too for means he could do breadsmiths without having to go all the way around. So he'll get that out of the way. He'll get some purple chests out of the way while doing all his normal checks that Zaen's currently doing.
Yeah, you can definitely do them all more efficiently a little bit.
The Frog World Tour. You are right. Oh, he's in such a scary spot.
Oh, that little bomb thing. Oh, he's got a fairy. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I figured he had the fairy, but still, just having them swarm you right next to that, and it even opened up the,
I took his bomb.
Cave as well.
Ooh, please be something, and also please don't die. The bow.
Oh, bow. And the
all right, that was worth it. First type cave in a while.
Still no weapons though, so.
Nope. Well, bow is technically a weapon. You can defeat Armos with it.
True. I expect him probably. Obviously, he'll go turn in the breadsmith. He can't do. He could do the purple chest, but he has to take a lot of extra time to do it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'm curious to see what he does.
Well, it doesn't take too much time to do it. Especially with the flute.
Right.
So I'll go here, activate the flute.
Extra time. Yeah, the only extra time difference will be having to save and quit to Light World and then booting over, so it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so Ninban checking the last chest he can. And a red cane. Okay. Nice. He can do blind.
That is true.
He's wasting a lot of magic. Wait, I think they have a blue potion though, right? I don't recall what it was. There's some sort of potion I believe he has.
That's possible.
He has something though, because otherwise he would have just left. He would have just left Thieves Town knowing he couldn't finish it.
And the blacksmith's had hook shot.
Oh, that's actually good.
Yeah. Still no weapon though.
Now we get to see my favorite fight in the game, and that's Red Cane blind.
I love fighting blind with the red cane. I hope he's got a potion.
Yeah, he has to have something. And he only has 2 hearts too, so 1 hit is... Okay, good. That's what I thought. I'm surprised he actually didn't use that earlier, because I would have been terrified about getting hit.
Yeah. Yep,
nice.
Down blind goes.
Fight.
Just the cane.
I don't think he picked up the map, so I'm thinking that big chest is it, but I wasn't paying too much attention to all the items he picked up.
Yeah,
and with that mirror and cane, so there's 2 items right there. but we'll see later on.
So Ninban with the mirror and the cane, and Zaen with the... Oh, there. He does have everything, or all the dungeon items, so there is an item in the big chest.
Okay.
So there's a haunting. If you get the hammer, do you want to go check it?
Yeah. Plus, still no weapons too, so there has to be something that shows up fairly soon. Kind of hard to tell who has a lead at this point. I still want to say it's Ninban just because he's got Thieves Town cleared out. He has the mirror for all these extra checks, whereas Zaen is doing a great job of just clearing out as much of the overworld as possible. So it's good to see that divergence, but it's hard to tell who's truly had a lead at this point.
Right, it's like, what do you consider more of a lead? A dungeon clear plus red cane and mirror, or flute and hookshot? Because that hookshot gives you lots of access.
Yeah, unfortunately, he'll be picking up right now, and then also we'll get to see what Purple Chest has, which I don't think Zaen checked it. I think he
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think the reason for that was because he went and turned in the breadsmith without going to Dark World, so at that point he just went elsewhere. Alright, so now we get to finally see this we got the hammer in Death Mountain.
Oh, if Ninban had, when he went up there to do that first check with the old man, if he went up there, he would have got the hammer.
Yeah, and that could have been a pretty significant lead for him, depending on what hammer gives access to.
He would have been able to check the big chest in Thieves Town and do Peg Cave.
Mm-hmm.
But this will give Zaen access to Hera without the mirror, so that's a nice lead.
Right. It still is a pendant Hera though, so there's always that thought that maybe Hera isn't needed, but I think he'll end up going and checking it. It's just too convenient not to.
Yeah.
It's one of those dungeons you always go to.
Yeah, it's never like a thought in my brain like, oh yeah, Hera is a pendant or something like that. I don't need to go there. Rather the thought is, oh, Hera's right here. I can do it.
So yeah, chat, you are correct. Ninban had, after finding Mitz in Eastern Palace, gone up to Death Mountain and got the old man. My thought was that he was just doing it for the saving quit right away, but yeah, if he had gone up there, he would have found that hammer 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, pretty early. I wouldn't have given him like immediate access to anything, but it still would have been very, very nice to have.
Right. Now we can see if Purple Chest actually has anything, and of course it doesn't, because it's Purple Chest. I think there's only been one race total that I've seen Purple Chest have something, and it's just boots.
And half magic so far, and boomerang. Still no sword.
Yeah, so if Ninban had picked up the hammer on his first trip to Death Mountain, then yes, he would have been able to pick up the big chest in Thieves Town. So it's kind of a toss-up right now on whether or not there's something of value there, and if he ends up going back in there at any point soon, to just kind of rule out if there's an item there that he needs.
Alright, Ninban picking up his bow and flute.
I would think he goes up to Death Mountain. I don't know why he went to Sanctuary though, because he has that save and quit.
He wants to activate the flute.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's something you forget sometimes. You're like, I've got the flute. I can go places.
Zaen making good progress on his Death Mountain tour. Good to see what Ether Tablet has. Just a heart container.
It's probably gonna do Hera, go down Spiral Cave, and then go up, and then go to the Dark World and go up around there.
Yeah, there's so many items to pick up right there. Every runner is gonna make that trip.
It's a little different route if you have Mirror, but since he doesn't, he's gotta make sure the last thing he does is in the Dark World.
So powder right now knocks one item off the list that can be here. I imagine if they find something else, they'll just go ahead and leave Hera.
Yeah. If it's green pendant, maybe stay, but otherwise, no reason.
Ninban going for fire area instead.
Oh, I didn't see what
that was, unfortunately.
I think it was Bombos.
But I think the further he strays away from the hammer, yes, it was Bombos, looks like. But yeah, the longer it takes him to find hammer, the longer Zane's gonna be able to make a lead over him.
Well, with the hookshot and the mirror and the flute, something's got to be telling them to go to Death Mountain. Ooh, what was that?
We do get our first sword.
Nice.
So Zaen making the choice to go ahead and just go ahead and clear Hera since he's already right here, which I think is appropriate. You don't know if it's pendant just yet, or pedestal required. I mean.
Okay, so desert is boots locked. It was big key on the torch. And no other access since the compass was in the other chest. Ooh, and more fetch quest items. Mushroom and checkerboard. I'm excited to see what's in Spiral Cave. It takes so long to get through without the boots. And Ninban checking Agina's cave. Agina? Pronounce it how you will. Another bottle. Zaen may have a lead, but he still doesn't have the mirror. So we'll see if the mirror is needed. And he doesn't have the cane either. Ninban immediately turning in the mushroom. If you got the flute, you might as well just say you got whatever item is behind the mushroom. And it's a heart container. Not bad. They're getting up there in hearts, so it's nice, but still with the green mail. Definitely want to have all the hearts they can get. Spent some money. Looks like he left plenty left for Zora in case. Oh yeah, and then here's what I was talking about with the flute. Go ahead and now that you're able to be so much closer, checking Ice Rod Cave. That was too quick again for me. I want to say ether, but I'm not sure. Was it ether? Cool.
Alright, yeah, back it is ether onto a rock.
Oh, and another sword for Zaen. So, not... Well, I wouldn't... I was gonna say not much progression from items, but having those swords is nice. And he got the powder, so he can check the magic back.
Yeah, and another thing too about finding the swords too, swords aren't something that are like held for an extremely long time. You're gonna find at least one sword early on. So in Ninban's case, where you haven't found a single sword, you're probably thinking, okay, what are these early spheres that I'm missing, and where can this sword be at?
No, and those were silvers from Hobo.
Wow. Okay, I could dig that.
And,
I'm really just surprised that Ninban hasn't gone to Death Mountain yet. I mean, he has the hook shot.
Yeah.
It's not some place that you want to skip. It's usually pretty what's the word?
Has a priority, I guess.
Yeah, priority. As opposed to like some other stuff like Pendant Swamp or whatever. Like usually that's like a first choice going to Death Mountain and getting a bunch of items there.
Especially with Mitts, Mirror, Hookshot. You have access to everything on Death Mountain. Even with the Red Cane, if you find a medallion up there and you can open Turtle Rock, you can dip your feet in there.
So Zaen, looks like Zaen start making his crystal tour, clear out both Skullwoods and Thieves Town. I think a lot faster too than Ninban, just with the inventory that he has.
Yep. Still gonna be a little bit an issue with the green mail. I don't know if he's used his blue potion yet.
I don't think he has yet. But yeah, no, definitely regardless of skill level, having a low amount of health and green mail in the Dark World is a little frightening. I mean, he already died twice too in Skullwood, so that's something that could tilt you a bit. Oh, Ninban finally going up to hammer, though. Good.
Gonna get his hammer, gonna get both of his swords probably. See if he decides to complete Hera or just get his 2 items and leave.
Yeah, I'll be curious in that. That having the hammer there opens up a lot. So if he ends up not doing Hera, he may just elect to use the sword or the hammer as his normal weapon until he finds, the hobo sword.
Yeah, he's also got the mirror, so we could decide to go the front way to Hera rather than go up through Paradox Cave.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what he does. Also, we don't know if there's any other swords outside of Ganon's tower. Since you'll need at least Master Sword to kill Ganon.
Yep, looks like he's deciding to go the mirror route. Or not.
Or not, oh no.
I mean, not having a sword's not the biggest issue, but...
Oh, we're gonna see a pod entry. Honestly, I actually kind of agree with that decision. If you know that pod is... Actually, no, pod is not required. It's pendant.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Maybe not. I'm actually kind of curious to know.
He does have bow, so he can complete Eastern.
Right.
And also, while we were talking about that, Zaen had a very nice moth fight, and he had 1 hour left at the end.
So yeah, definitely his skill and no major glitches showing off in these really high intensity situations where you only have low amount of health and magic to kill this boss. Well,
Yeah.
we can still see if Pod has value.
Yep, he can get everywhere in here. I think, yeah.
Yeah, he has lamp, bow, hammer, and silver for Helmsaur if he ends up killing Helmsaur. And finding his mirror, so pretty even footing between the two of them. Just about. Or as access to the world. And we got boots and Pod.
Ooh, nice. Now you can go clear. Desert is now completable.
It's a very good choice too because, well, like I said, there's still a lot open, and Pendant was kind of a out there play, to be honest. So if Zaen does a lot of time before he goes into Pod, if he even does, then could be a really good lead that Ninban makes here. What are those? My favorite thing to see in chat after boots are found.
I think my favorite one is after flippers. What are those? This is so silly.
We're simple people. We like the simple jokes. Zane's going to have a lot easier time, obviously, clearing out these town. He has a sword and hammer, as opposed to not having anything by Ninban. He'll also pick up his red cane as well. Don't have any medallions yet, so we don't see a Meyer play just yet. But, you know, maybe that'll be the thing that we find in Pod and just kind of set everyone looking all over for both of these items.
So many keys.
Oh, are you saying that Pod is giving us a lot of keys? Ninban almost taking out the... Oh, I can never remember those names. Jellies?
Grasshoppers?
No. The squid enemies.
Oh, those, other side. Hard hat beetles.
Okay, yeah.
It's,
Anyways.
Not really intuitive.
Yeah. But regardless, Ninban doing a good job using silvers to take them out because it get really annoying doing that. If you elected to do that boots jump to the chest to hit the switch. Okay, we get a pod map check, so now we know exactly what the layout of the dungeon is. Ninban actually is a little bit weak right now. I don't think he has... Yeah, he doesn't have powder either.
Nope, and it's harder without a sword. And we're about to see what's in the big chest in Thieves Town. What is it? What is it? What is it, dude? Ah, it's 50 rupees.
Alright, so that'll be good if Ninban doesn't end up going back there at all. But then again, you never know. You always kind of think like, oh, yeah, you cannot use a hook shot to kill those little dinosaur guys.
And in chat, it's talking about if Zaen may not have to come in here because it's a pendant. Boots were in here, and boots are required for desert because the desert palace big key was on the torch.
Mm-hmm. And if there's something else in here, maybe on Helmsaur, that is required to finish it. You know, Zaen may just... Actually, I don't know. Did he pick up all the dungeon items? He did. He has... I recall seeing the map and the compass. But I was gonna say, if there's an item on Helmasaur King and Zaen goes in there, just picks up the boots and just leaves, then that could be an issue. But now it's gonna be the same for both of them.
Yeah. He could be feeling like since he doesn't have a sword, the turtle room would be obnoxious, maybe.
True.
I don't know. Now we're seeing
I don't know if
pit cave.
Did we find everything in Eastern previously, or did
yes, we did.
Okay. I was thinking maybe he's just wanting to see if he finds something off on those nights, but
probably just decided to get the crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal wise,
maybe just to get the health refill, to be honest, and then go back to pod.
That could be, yeah.
Zaen checking a good neighborhood friendly Mad Batter.
He crushes you with what this time? The cave.
Magic cave.
Unfortunately, there's only 3 bombs.
I can't remember if it was that race or this race. I think it may have been a Big 20, this one, but it wasn't anything important. Still though, nice to have that if for the Ganon fight if needed.
It opens up Spike Cave in the logic.
And Spike Cave, yeah. And he has the half magic too, so it'd be really easy to get to there. Although I doubt he'll go out of his way to get up there if he needs to. I am making the entrance into Swamp Palace. Might as well at this point. It's crystal required. Don't know if he'll skip left side or not, but we'll see.
I wonder what Ninban is feeling right now without a sword. This
right. He's pretty far away from both the areas he needs to check, both Hobo and Hera.
I'm wondering why he's left the mountain so long without checking.
Yeah, he hasn't checked the east side yet, right?
Nope, he hasn't touched the mountain other than Hobo or not Hobo, Old Man. Old Man's not a hobo. The Old Man and Spectacle Rock Cave.
Yeah, it is pretty surprising. I mean, even if you're not wanting to go into Hera, there's just so much in the other parts of Death Mountain.
Because he's got complete full access to it, because he's got Mitts and Hookshot.
Still kind of hard to tell who's ahead at this point. I would think just Zaen has still that lead because of the swords, but they take both really different paths to go. Almost. That's
nice.
There's our Mire access right there.
Yep.
So he may just go into Mire after this and use those silver arrows.
Now is he gonna? Oh, it looks like he's gonna do it, and he's gonna do lemon holes without a sword.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to. You got Fire Rod, you got silver arrows. You won't even use the sword in that fight at all.
True.
Oh yeah, it is mentioned you need a sword for the medallion. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. But he's got it for whenever he does get the sword. Yeah, boots were in that first, when you go through the front door and you go to the right in pod. Right before that jump, that's where the boots were.
Zaen picking up Blue King and Swamp and electing to skip left side. We'll see how that works. There's still, I mean, we know that the medallion he needs is in. I don't know, where was Bombus again? That was in Desert Palace, right?
Yeah, it was in Desert Palace.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking right now. I just kind of had a brain fart there.
And we missed Berna in Swamp.
Yeah, but pretty much what I was trying to say was that he still has a bunch of items he possibly needs to complete the game. So I think he'll probably go back in after, but we'll see.
A nice clean one, Lola.
And now it's just the search for the sword for Ninban.
Maybe now he'll finally go up the mountain?
Ninban.
Or maybe to Swamp? It looks like it might be to Swamp.
I've never seen someone have such an aversion to Death Mountain before. But maybe that's just part of the gamble that he's taking. It's just, you know, if I avoid the amount of time it takes to search Death Mountain, I can win off this. Because, like I said, he knows that, I'm pretty sure he knows that Zaen execution is really good. And he's just relying on, you know, gambles to keep ahead of him.
Yeah. Not sure if it's working out yet.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be dependent on you know, if Zaen goes to pot or not. Yeah, there's gonna be quite a lot of menuing for Ninban when he gets to
Whoa.
to Argus, and wow, that was a really good fight. The 3
I've never seen that before.
fire rod shots.
So I think Zaen skipped the left side, so he might be going back in. Yep.
Yeah, there's just too many items he still needs for go mode. It'd be a really odd play. If it was like 1 or 2 items, sure, but...
And Swamp being a little bit faster now that you can dash through it.
So, Ninban's in a little bit of a different position that he has a bunch more items than Zaen. So I wonder if he will actually elect to skip left side. I'm thinking like, okay, all I need are swords and ice rod.
Yeah, he needs sword, ice rod, and ether. And since he hasn't been up on the mountain, he doesn't know he needs ether.
Right.
He could be assuming that Vamos is the one he needs. Ah, that's where we missed King of Berna.
Yeah, that's gotta be pretty nice to find without having sword. Just having that defensive option for some of the rooms you have to go through. And yeah, you know, people are talking about the Death Mountain gamble. That's actually something I really want to ask him about in late game, because you know there could be logic there that I'm maybe not seeing.
Yeah.
Good see Ninban also going left side.
Yep.
Don't know if there's anything yet. We'll find out right now.
It's nothing.
And it's a bust. So at this point, so Zaen, probably Desert Palace, I would think, before going to Pod. Oh wait, no, because he still needs boots. So maybe, I don't know actually.
Not sure. I don't think Zayn didn't check checkerboard, which is the mushroom.
Hmm.
Because right now he's got open to him Ice Palace and Eastern in Pod.
Right, and he probably wants to put off Ice Palace as long as possible because you don't want to have to full clear it.
Probably since you can complete. Well, since Pod has more items, you can. A good thing to be to go to Pod and then complete Eastern.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, this was Zane's first trip to the Desert Palace, so he didn't know just yet that it was boost locked.
Yeah.
So we'll see right now. He'll finish checking up his items here. But I think after, I think it'll be. He'll go over to Pod. I think that's the play that makes the most sense. You can't pick up bombas until you have boots, and boots are in Pod.
Now I'm wondering where Ether is.
Yeah, see Ether maybe in Ice Palace, Meyer even.
And it definitely would have been nice to see a pedestal check because they can clear all pendant dungeons currently.
Yeah, that is right. The ped check is not dead just yet.
So Ether and Ice Rod are what we're looking for go mode. Those are the items that we do not know between the two racers where they are.
Come on, Ped. If it ends up being on pedestal, though, Zaen definitely has a significant lead, in that he already has the Hera pendant. Whereas Ninban may go up there, get the sword or get his 2 items and just leave. Wait, is this the first time we're going to escape?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Interesting.
The 1 hour escape entry. I can dig it.
I've seen an hour 15 Eastern check before, but sometimes you just forget about Hyrule Castle when you skip it with when you skip it from not having a sword or a hammer or shot to something to help you kill them with bombs.
Right. Plus you get so many items too at the start that you're just thinking about Dark World and places that have way more items that you're like, oh, well, there's this place at the very start that has 5 chests.
Alright, menuing for Marius is done.
Yeah, I think you just get a pretty clean silver arrow. If you can land it, there you go.
It's hard to land that. Oh, there's the 4th bottle.
Yeah, I think more often than not, escape is gonna have progression for early game stuff And then at some point, you know, after you go after doing so many other dungeons, you're not really gonna find anything of value. But that's just kind of my own personal take on it. Yeah, props to Ninban for, you know, it's an hour in and he still hasn't gotten bored or even gone to Death Mountain.
So Armos, Landmol, Arius, and Blind, all without. And Zaen checking the sewer chest, which he wanted to do earlier, but decided against it when he couldn't get that one rat to give the key.
Cactuar looks just weird in general.
That is true.
Regardless of he's dashing. Hands up, just flailing all over the place.
Ooh, and nothing in Hyrule Castle, unfortunately.
King's Tomb and Bonk not having anything either. Yeah, I mean, he's checking all these things, like these locations that don't have a lot of items. Okay, there we go. Finally, back to Death Mountain.
Yay! Get your swords, please.
So Zaen gonna pick up his silvers as well.
Yep. Vamos was in Desert Palace, in the chest with the four. I don't remember what they're called. The tentacle
Cannibal
thingies.
Oh yeah, that one. Pretty much their boots locked, so you have to go to pod before you go get Vamos.
Yep. That is starting to look like where all the swords are, behind the other swords.
Zane's going to Vamos tablet. Really not. Okay, maybe not. Going somewhere else. I don't care where this routing goes.
Pyramid.
Though. Oh yeah, pyramid.
We haven't seen Pyramid and Catfish.
It's kind of strange, just how much he is putting off pod. Yeah, I definitely understand it's pendant, and you don't want to have to go in there if you don't need to. But going really out of the way for some of these other items, like, you have to be thinking, okay, maybe it's just faster that I trust V26 with items being in dungeons.
Yeah. Have we checked Waterfall Fairy and Zora yet?
Zora was checked, I believe. I can't recall if Waterfall Fairy was.
Okay. Okay, Zora has a whole heart. Zaen deciding against Catfish and going to pod.
Alright, so Ninban finally beginning to clear out his Death Mountain, sees the Ether tablet, or the Ether medallion needed for Turtle Rock, which we still don't know where it's at. Zaen making that play over to pod, so it looks like he was actually just like, I'm gonna check Pyramid real fast and go over to pod at the same time.
Couldn't really fit a great time to check that in anyway.
Yeah, it's one of those weird locations. Like, how do I try to route this in? Alright, Ninban getting that sword and showing us off that he is happy to have it.
1 hour, 4 minutes, and like 30-something seconds.
Now, it looks like he's gonna go over to Hera as well, so he'll find that second sword too, and he'll just be beating himself up on that.
Probably more slashes again.
Maybe a spin slash. Sorry, Ninban, you can't get into Ganon's tower just yet. Oh no, the squirrel on the bridge. Oh no, the worst feeling. But now we can kind of start to see where each runner is in respect to the other, because they're checking both these locations that the other one has done. Funny enough, they both kind of opted to these locations they need to go to the very last. Zaen needing to go to Pod and Ninban needing to go to Death Mountain. So I really think they're really close to each other, but I just don't know exactly where yet.
So now that Ninban has sword, he can go to Meyer.
Yeah, I have to think that that's exactly where he'll go to. And oh, he's not hitting the chest for the hearts, so he probably won't even fight Oldorm.
Probably not. Probably get this and leave. Oh. Yes.
No slashes, but deciding that okay, I'm behind. I need to just gamble on nothing beating.
Mm-hmm. So hey, now you can check the Ether tablet and get whatever's in it. So Zaen has to get got the boots. It'd be great if decided he could leave now, but it doesn't. So he's gonna probably clear the whole dungeon, and then go to desert and get the clear there and have Bomo. So it actually looks like Ninban might be a little bit in the lead.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I wonder if it'll come down to, you know, what we saw last time, where Zaen being behind, but just being able to have just better execution for go mode. Because like he said once he goes into go mode, it's just straight up all NMG strats, and that's when he feels most comfortable.
Yep. Definitely saw it catch him up pretty quick in the last race.
Right. Yeah, no Spiral Cave. Looks like he wanted to do a Spike Cave instead.
I have definitely just like straight out forgot Spiral Cave when I've done that routing before.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, like because you have to do either one or the other. Well, you can do Spiral Cave, but then you have to climb it again to do Spike Cave. So it's weird routing.
So in your brain, it's one or the other.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna climb all the way back for Spike. Alright, so right now, just to kind of reiterate what we're looking for go mode, looking for that Ether, Ice Rod, which could potentially be Internal Rock, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's not. Those are the only two items we need for go mode on Ninban's side. Zaen will find Bombos once he goes to Desert Palace to clear that out, and then be in the same kind of position that Ninban's at.
We need to see if there's anything in Meyer. Because hopefully for them there is, maybe?
Yeah.
And then we'll have to go to ice.
I'm pretty sure both of them will do go mode Meyer just like last time. Ooh, okay. I'm that early boss key. Definitely just go straight to Vitreous maybe and come back later. I don't know.
I'd like to see what items were in Meyer. If I had access to Turtle Rock at this point and I was missing like one item, like the Ice Rod, I'd go, but not having the Ether to even access Turtle Rock is a little iffy.
Okay, yeah, so it looks like he's gonna go ahead and at least try to find one of the items. Yeah, we definitely think Ninban is ahead, regardless of how long it took to find Sword, because he was still playing extremely well without the Sword. He had Hammer, did Red Cane Blind. That's kind of like how you should approach doing Swordless Seeds is, you know, I'm not going to go out of my way to find Sword, unless it's like you have nothing for Cannon's Tower. But I'm going to keep doing all these dungeons with, you know, the knowledge I have as a runner, and it's really paid off at this point.
Yep, definitely.
But like I said, Zaen has pretty incredible execution, so despite being a couple crystals down, actually one crystal down at this point, he could definitely bring it back with how much time there is still in the race.
Well, they're 4 for 4 for crystals, and Zane's about to get his next.
Oh, right, yeah, he did not
about
do
to get desert.
Skullwoods. Skullwoods will be pretty fast, though. That's something Ninban probably has a little bit of a lead.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, blue tunic.
Okay, so both the items in Meyer were shield upgrade and a mail upgrade. Wait, does Cat try to like not look different at all?
I think he has like blue hair.
Is that what it is? I can't see.
Yeah, he has like 3 blue hairs on top.
That's silly.
Oh, blue spikes. Yeah, you're right. Oh no, I think it's more funny to think that, you know, Cactor had to try to get like a hair transplant, and he just got 3 blue hairs. But yeah, Ice Palace is still on the table. It is pendant, and we could have to dip in there to find some extra items. This is kind of a weird situation too. Like, say that they find Ether, and you have the decision between Ice Palace and Turtle Rock. Do you gamble on Ice Rod being in Ice Palace or Turtle Rock and skip Ice Palace?
I would. What would I do? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not an easy decision. It's something that would probably, if I was in one of their positions, just be thinking about that possibility and what I would like to do.
At this point, with those options that he's got,
well, obviously right now without Ether, then Ice Palace has to be. But they find Ether maybe on Vitreous.
I think before having to go into my 3rd pendant dungeon, I would check to see if it was a pedestal seed.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That way I wouldn't have to, because both Hera and Pod are fairly quick when you just go straight to the boss, but Ice Palace takes so much longer. I want to know before I go in there, do I have to kill Coldsteer?
Ninban will definitely check pedestal when he goes up to Skullwoods right now. There's no reason not to. Or he's not going up to Skullwoods just yet. Oh, he's going to go to escape now. So we got the hour and 15-minute escape entrance for him.
Because he just got the sword.
So I'm actually really interested in seeing what Zaen does after this. I think Zaen has a little bit more clear idea of the logic. just because, you know, he found the swords early and everything, and Ninban is, you can see he's going to these like really early locations thinking, oh, you know, I had the sword. You know, maybe I need to go here. Then again, escape is sphere 0 because of game assumes you have enough bombs to clear it. I don't know if escape is the right decision at this point, but I don't know. I don't think we've seen. Have we seen the sewer chest just yet? I don't remember.
It was 3 bombs.
Okay, so 3 bombs. Okay, I didn't think it was anything, but I just couldn't remember off the top of my head. Right. Both of them elected not to go to escape for a long time. Zaen entered at about 1 hour. So they found a lot of items that kind of directed them to other places, and then kind of went here as like a last resort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't have anything that would like make it easier to kill anything in there. It's just not fun. But I don't think Ninban checked the sewer, so that's what he's gonna be doing now.
Staying doing kind of the same routing here as Ninban did.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so really we're looking at what Ninban is going to do. Because
yeah,
once he clears Skull Woods, then we're at like in brand new territory.
we haven't had catfish, and we haven't had pedestal check.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we might get a pedestal. Oh wait, he hadn't done Skull Woods. I forget.
Yeah, he'll mirror though. There's absolutely no reason not to check pedestal after Skull Woods, I think.
I guess at this point, no, but earlier on when Zaen was here, he didn't do a pedestal check.
Did he have mirror at that point though? I don't know if he went from. I think he went to sound afterwards. Yeah.
My bad.
No worries. Yeah, Zaen did a little bit of a different routing too when he came to Dark World. If he'll check it before or after. Yeah, it looks like after. I hope he does. I'm really curious.
Well, if not,
Worked it up so much.
Yeah. Well, if not, then we'll see when it's their last item they have to get.
Mm-hmm.
What would be worse? The worst thing is like if Sahasrara for the green pendant has ether and the ice rods on the pedestal.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that green pendant.
Well, ice is the green pendant.
Ice hasn't been, yeah, ice hasn't been touched yet. That's asking for the worst of the worst, so hopefully our runners don't have to encounter that. Pretty close for both of them. So like I said, we wanted to see where they were at after clearing Meyer and Maltula. Ninban will be a little bit ahead, but I think the knowledge of pedestal will give him a slight lead. Whereas Zaen has not been able to see. If he checks pedestal.
Yeah. Also, Zane's been going on the assumption that pedestal is not needed. And dual crystal grabs. Very nice fights for both of them.
Also, Zane's actually like 20 seconds behind Ninban on the stream, so think he's a lot closer than we think. Here we
Oh,
go.
is it? Oh.
Moment of truth.
No.
I'm so disappointed.
Dang it. Now it's like the anxiety of, does the green pendant have something? Because you know you gotta go to ice.
Hey, whoops, I gotta get out of here. Yep, he's just going straight to Ice Palace.
Zaen left the big key chest that had the armor upgrade, so he's gonna go back.
Yeah, he's spending a lot more time in Mire than Ninban did. That's what Ninban needs to stay ahead. But here we go. First check into Ice Palace. Hopefully we find this Ice Rod or Ether. And then we'll be in go mode. Even just Ether would be good too.
Even if it's just Ether, like, do you go check Catfish that hasn't been checked, see if maybe that's Ice Rod, or do you risk going into Turtle Rock?
Right. Yeah, and that's always the. That's what I like to see in these races is, you know, the decisions that runners make when faced with dilemmas like that. A lot better than being in that position myself and making the wrong one. So, but we'll see what happens in Ice Palace. Looks like trying to fix Ninban's stream right now. Or Zane's stream to be caught up with Ninban's. He was having a little bit of stream issues, I believe.
I'm guessing his cow is blue now, and it's already out.
All right, we got sync. Well, timer sync at the very least. Maybe not game sync. Zaen doing his boots checks that Ninban's already done. We already know there's nothing really in King's Tomb or Bonk Rocks. Also, you know, Zaen did take a long time to go to Pod as well, so I wonder if that kind of logic will also apply to Ice Palace. But we still don't know if Ice Palace is the play just yet, but if there is something there, then
the only way Ice Palace wouldn't be needed at all is if Catfish has Ether and Ice Rod is in T-Rock, I think. Because I'm pretty sure Catfish is the only overworld place we hadn't seen yet. I think. And Zaen is checking Ice Palace as well. Not much so far. The thing about Ice Palace is until you get to those 3 items on the east side, or wherever they are located, it's a couple. It's a little bit of time between each check.
Yeah, that's one kind of bad thing about not finding that small key right away is that you have to wait so long to see what those chests are going to have, because those are where all the items are going to be.
Ooh, that's 2 out of 3 items so far.
Yeah, it's, you know, if we don't see some progression, where else do we go after this?
Rush Cold Stare and turn in the green pennant.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about what other overworld locations they can go to besides if nothing's found here. I think everything was picked, which if everything is found already in overworld, then that's good. You know, Turok is gonna have Ice Rod no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't. Between the two of them, I'm not sure exactly what hasn't been looked at yet.
Well, I'm fairly certain that Ninban hasn't checked Pyramid or Catfish, and Zaen went to Pyramid but didn't go up to Catfish.
Right. This has something. Ether? Ice Rod.
Ice Rod, nice.
But no ether. So we have the item we need to clear the dungeon, but we don't have the item to get into it.
Yep.
Probably, I would suspect, you know, with Pedestal dead, that Green Pendant does have that ether. That's,
Yep.
that's really weird routing. Or just
Either
really trolly seed.
either Green Pendant or Catfish.
We believe pod has been cleared. I'm not sure. I wasn't counting the items. I don't know if they got all the dungeon items though.
Well, they left without killing Helmasaur.
Yeah, it was pretty like decisive too for both of them. So I would think there's nothing left.
Yeah, because both of them went in with the full access to getting all the items and also defeating Helmasaur. So between both of them, hopefully, you know, one of them was counting correctly, and so since both of them did it, there's gotta be nothing there.
Nice cold stare fight by Ninban.
Nice.
Taking advantage of that fire rod, so I don't have to worry about the Master Sword damage. Then also picking up his ice rod, and yeah, I think we'll see Ninban go directly to Zashra. Green Pendant into Shovel into Ether. Ugh. It's gross.
Don't be mean.
Oh, he is actually going odd again. So maybe there is item there.
He's probably... Well, actually, I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, he'll probably check Green Pendant first, but there's no reason to go into Dark World unless there's something still left in Pod, because he knows the pedestal's gone.
Well, he's probably, since he hasn't done the Pyramid route, is this the quickest way to get to Pyramid? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that is true. No, Ninban did check the pedestal. He did it after Colwoods. Oh, there it is!
No, Ninban is in go mode. And something gotta rush through T-Rock.
So, pretty close race. Zaen just barely behind him, and Ice Palace going to Cold Stare right now. All Zaen has to do is turn in that green pendant to get his go mode item as well, and he'll probably do that immediately, as there's really nothing else to pick up. I think that's as convenient as a green pendant. But it's like we said, Zaen's execution is really good, and he came back from a minute deficit in the last race. to pull ahead by 2 minutes at the end of the race. So definitely don't discount him just yet. Ninban's player model is actually flailing to Dancing Man, not the Cactuar.
Is it like from a specific Final Fantasy, or is it just a Cactuar?
I think it's just the generic Cactuar model.
Yes. It's just so silly.
There's some pretty great models that people have made, so thank you to all the sprite creators for Random. Like, make it so much better.
It's definitely a lot more fun to play with them.
So for those of you joining just now, this is game 2 of the match between Ninban and Zaen. Zaen took game 1 with just under 2 minutes, but he was behind about 45 seconds when both of them entered go mode, and was able to solidify a pretty significant lead just based on execution. Ninban has a bit more of a lead now, despite having kind of a weird gamble of not going to Death Mountain for a very long time and not having a sword until like 1 hour, 20 minutes or so. But he made it work out with just knowledge of how to get through dungeons without swords and such. So it's still anyone's race at this point. Obviously, we do want to see a game 3. I wouldn't be around for that, but that would be really exciting. This has just been a really good series in general so far.
Huh. I don't think I've ever thought to use the boomerang there.
Ninban making pretty quick work of Rocco mode. See if he, this time he actually skips the big chest. Last time he was in go mode, he still went to the big chest and costs him a bit of time. So we'll see if he learned from that, or if he does it again.
It'd be nice to have more than tempered.
Yeah.
Or more than master, sorry.
Right. Both of them still have silver, so it's not as pressing, I think, to find that tempered sword. But I would be checking the extra chests as I can, GT and such. Oh, looks like he is going to the big chest again, so a little bit of time for Zaen to catch up here.
I think he needs to find one more key.
Oh no, the lasers. Oh nice, yeah, there's that key. And right, I think there's a good chance we'll find a sword against Tower. Logic definitely likes to have swords there, and there's really nowhere else we can go to find any swords anyways, so we have a good chance of having a tempered silver fight.
Even if there is a sword against Tower, if they get an early big key, they probably won't be getting it.
Yeah, the last race was the very first chest was cannon. That's the big key. But we'll talk more about that once Ninban does finish Torah. I don't want to spring that too early.
I think for me, even worse than Master Sword Ganon is Master Sword Trinex. And looked like he was about to decide against Laser Bridge, but decided to anyway.
Yeah, really wants to find that sword. I think I probably would have skipped it and just gone with Hammer Trinex. And there's your, hey, he has to know that the last item is the small key. Or, yeah. I don't know. Just 10 arrows, never mind, because he did find small key earlier.
Yep.
But, yeah, I think at this point, like, it's good to kind of commit to the idea that you're going to have to do a Master Sword Ganon. But still kind of just make those quick checks on other chests. And there's plenty of races that people have fallen behind because they're constantly thinking, okay, maybe I gamble on checking this one area real quick to find an extra sword. And they spend so much time looking for that sword that they never do, and then they've wasted a few minutes looking for something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate when that happens.
We are doing just Master Sword Trinex. Oh no, we're on the hammer now. Gotta be a little bit careful though. Trinex does a lot of damage, even with Blue Tunic. I don't think he picked up potions this time either. He didn't. Compared to, oh wait, he has a blue potion. I know last time he picked up 3 blue potions, he may have just forgot about that in his haste to get up to a rock.
Yeah, possibly.
B's doing the work. Get him, B. Do like 1 or 2 more hammer hits. I wonder if he just uses. Yeah, there we go. Just uses the fire rod to clear it out. But yeah, look at this. Zaen is right on his heels now, despite the time difference between the two of them.
Yeah, the different execution can make difference. Difference. That's a word. Oh, Ninban, be careful. Whew. That was close.
That was really scary. I want to see a close race. I don't want to see one unfortunate death that decides the race right now. But yeah, like we said, Zaen really showing off that execution. Both clearing the fight almost within probably like 15-20 seconds of each other. Oh, right, never mind. He's on Trinex, the main Trinex fight now. But
yeah,
still, he's caught up quite a lot.
Explosions on both sides. Just different phases.
But okay, we have all the crystals. Do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, so we play a game. There are 22 chests available in the floor of Ganon's Tower, and what do you think is going? Where do you think the big key is going to be? Wow, I messed it up.
No worries. So last time we saw it in the first chest. I don't think we're going to see that kind of luck again.
Maybe not.
I know what. Sorry, runners, but I'm going to go ahead and just say Tower Room. Just to even it out.
I'll say the third chest.
We'll find the first 2 right now. Maybe gets a small key. So no right side play.
No, what is... Oh, it's the...
Got a bug net.
It looked a little weird on the screen for a minute.
We're gonna see that bug net get Aghanim maybe? TGH showed that off earlier this weekend.
He also is, I don't think he's got any potions, so catching some fairies could help.
He actually did pull up his potions. He does have 1 blue potion that I didn't know about, so he has a little bit of a security blanket. Zaen looks like he's confident in his skill, or just has enough potions to go ahead and skip it, which I agree with too. That's just a little bit of time, and if you think you're behind, you want to be saving any second you have.
Mm-hmm.
So we're up to 1, 2.
I think that was 8.
6. Right, yeah, I think you're right. I have trouble counting this dungeon.
I forget too a lot.
Oh, the fall to the... Yeah, that's one bad thing about what Zaen did. If you don't get that hook shot, then generally the spike will hit you off.
It's just 9.
Alright, up in random room check. This is usually kind of where we see a lot of big keys show up. Not because it is random room, but just kind of falls right in the middle of the mountain chest. Oh, and a tempered, wow. And there it is, yeah.
13, I think.
It wasn't tile room, so I'll take that. Zaen right behind him. It's gonna come all down to execution. If Ninban can keep up on his good play, then see a win from it. But slightest mistake, Zane's gonna be looking to capitalize on it.
Yeah, this is about the same.
Let's skip the tempered.
Oh, that's lucky.
That could have been a decider.
I think this is about the same lead Ninban had last time, isn't it?
He had this kind of lead when we entered go mode, but in Ganon's Tower, Zaen was still ahead.
Okay.
So you can see Zaen just slowly catching up, because, you know, like I said, once he enters go mode, he says, you know, it's just all no major glitches strats, and this is where I'm most comfortable. So Ninban may be feeling a little bit behind and having those nerves. I don't think Zaen has it right now. For this segment, because it's not even randomizer at this point. It's just our speed run. Ninban very low on health, as Zaen as well.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking watching them.
Here.
Does Zaen have any potions?
Yeah, he has that one blue potion, but
okay.
The time that it takes to enter that, look, Zaen is in the room behind him. And he's got a fairy too on Zaen's side, so he doesn't have to take any time to heal up if he wanted to.
Wow.
This is extremely close. And I'm really excited to see how this goes. Okay, getting the safety fairy.
Oh. Having a little trouble on that stuff.
Got the low cycle, not one cycle for Zane's side. Yeah, this is
so close. I feel like this is gonna be like one mistake.
Oh no!
That
could be that mistake. He's gonna take so much time in this room too. Oh no! And yeah, they're okay. No, Zaen also did miss it, but they are right next to each other. This is too intense.
I shouldn't have said anything. Oh wow.
Oh, we have the sync.
The super sync.
Oh my god, it's an hour and 44 minutes in and they're perfectly synced. Oh,
and Ninban goes for the safety of not getting the the despawn.
Yeah. This is I'm stressed out. I'm not even playing this game. Alright. So I have confidence the Ninban's gonna pull out the hover out of nowhere. Pretty sure he's never done it before, but
Oh, you didn't need to switch to fairies. You're good.
oh no.
Oh, he wanted to catch a
He's
fairy.
really yeah, he's really afraid. He does have one fairy though. Oh man, this is just insane.
Oh, this is in Taiwan mini mold, or no, put up mini mold, big mold worm.
Oh, I'll say if you found butter right there, it would have been a big thing, but you're right next to each other. Zaen looking a little bit better. Oh, missing all of those balls, unfortunately.
Yeah, if the clones don't line up in the right way, it's tough. Oh,
Yeah, nice 3 right there.
nice.
Ninban 1-1 as of right now. It just needs 2 more. Should be able to get at this one pretty easily. Yeah, there we go. Oh,
So close.
despite who wins this race, like Ninban did an incredible job of not having sword for so long, and I'm very impressed by it.
Yeah.
All right, Zaen getting the 1 cycle, phase 1. I don't think there's any issue with him clearing this. The only possible thing I can see that goes wrong is I'll get in there. 1 cycled both phases. The only thing I can see him kind of losing right now is just a fall, but I really doubt that's going to happen.
You never know what can happen though.
All right, get 1 silver arrow. And unfortunately not getting the 1 cycle 2 phases. All right, got 1 more silver arrow. And oh, he misses it.
No.
Oh, but he gets
Okay,
it now.
yeah.
And that is gonna be Zaen taking game 2, winning this series 2 over Ninban, an official SRL time of 1 hour 47 minutes 57 seconds. And Ninban finishing shortly after as well, but behind the stream, so let me get a little bit closer. But
GG Ninban. Both of
Ninban
them.
finishing with 1 hour 48 minutes and 28 seconds, so 29-second difference for how divergent they played the seed.
It definitely
Really
like
incredible.
At times it definitely seemed like one was way ahead of the other. And to end so closely, that's amazing.
Yeah, that was probably one of the most exciting races I've ever seen. Just how close it was after how differently they played the seed, the different gambles and everything, and then the sync, the perfect sync in Ganon's tower. Like, wow. Just wow. Let's see if we can get them in here at all. Or we'll probably at least get Zaen in here. Hopefully Ninban as well. All right, we'll have Ninban coming in. Sure, Zaen will come in as well. Probably maybe stepped away from the computer a little bit. I know after a really tight win, I gotta kind of walk away for a second and
Yeah.
just get that excitement out of me. But yeah, we have Ninban almost coming in the channel. Just waiting on them to get moved into here. I think we're just waiting on someone to move them to the channel so we start talking about that. I'm sure both of them have a lot to say about the series in general. Welcome, Ninban and Zaen, and GG.
Hey, GG again, Zaen.
Hey, yeah, GG. Really close race again.
Yeah, that was really close.
Yeah, you were perfectly synced in the torch room in the gauntlet. Like, literally entered the room at the same exact time, left the room at the same exact time. So it was pretty incredible how close you guys were so far into the seed and how differently you both played this seed too. So my first question is the one that kind of everyone was wondering about for you, Ninban. Why did you take so long to go to Death Mountain?
I don't know, I still thought I had a lot to do in the overworld, and yeah, I just didn't want to go there yet, without any way to fight Mordor, and yeah, I kind of wanted to do it all in one go, with go mode. Obviously, it will not be the case, but...
Yeah, no, I could definitely respect that. I've run into that situation before. Regardless of not having any swords until so late, like, I have to say, you played incredibly well for just doing everything swordless. Just having this match be that close, because Zaen picked up his swords really early, but you were able to, keep a lead over him for most of the race. So, congrats on that. Everyone was really impressed with that. So how are you two feeling about this? The seed? I think this is a little bit better because you didn't have Aghanim required, but anything like in Pacific that you liked, disliked?
The beginning, that was really weird. You felt like nothing. Just a few rupees, a few heart pieces, but pretty much nothing.
Yeah, it was weird. And Ice Palace, just Ice Palace.
Ice Palace, yeah.
I can't believe the pendant was really an item.
Yeah, we were wondering, like, is Ether going to show up before Ice Palace, or Ether and Ice Rock going to show up before Ice Palace, and then are they just going to go right to Ice Palace? And then there's also, is Green Pendant going to show up and give Ether as well? So it kind of all played out exactly how we thought it was, but it's not something you ever want to encounter.
Yeah, definitely. I want to go back into POD and beat Helmosaurus for his item. But then I got the medallion, luckily.
Yeah, I almost was doing that too.
Yeah, I would say, honestly, a big part of the lead Ninban had was going into pod pretty early and finding those boots. Both of you had, like, one specific thing that you did way better than the other. Zaen going to Hera early and getting the swords, Ninban getting the boots early, and having bombos as well. So you guys took really divergent paths after entering Dark World, and it was really hard to tell like who was ahead until like the very end, to be honest.
That's an interesting part of Randomizer. You never know what happens, and everyone does the seeds differently.
Right.
Different threads, but they might lead to the same result.
Yeah, definitely. I think we saw it with that close haze.
Yeah, that second race was relatively close, but everyone was just kind of at the edge of their seats, like what is going to happen, and it was a really spectacular finish. So looking forward, so Zaen is going to advance 2-0. Looks like we're still waiting on the match between Lude Dolphin and Dude. Currently at 1-1, so we don't know just yet who you're going to be playing against. I don't specifically have any other questions unless you had something, Flappy, or anything you two would like to add to this seed.
No, it was amazing to watch you guys race this, and amazing it was a lot of fun to commentate. And for it to be so close while not knowing who had a lead over the other because you guys were routing so differently. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm actually, like, I told you this, I think, in the last interview after the last race, but your execution, Zaen, is really incredible and kind of inspires me a little bit to get a little bit better at that, because it really helped you in both of these races.
Yeah, running energy really helps in Randomizer. It doesn't guarantee a victory because it's still a randomizer, so you might do the wrong things at the wrong time. But it definitely helps to speed things up.
Right. So I believe upcoming we actually do have the match between Ludolphin and Dude. I don't know if it's still going or if they're waiting till this one. But I think it's going to be on this channel, so definitely everyone stick around for that match, and we can kind of see, you know, who you're going to be playing next in the semifinals. And once again, you know, congrats to the two of you. Really made it, or you made it really far in this tournament, so that's definitely quite an accomplishment over the amount of people that enter this tournament. We'll see you probably in the primary tournament next time, right?
Yeah, probably. Both of us.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of good runners in the secondary tournament that I know we'll see in the primary one next time. So with that, you know, I won't keep you guys any longer. Once again, congrats on your win, Zaen. Congrats to the two of you having a really close and entertaining race, and thanks, to be honest.
Yeah, thank you guys a lot for racing for us.
Thanks to both of you for commentating for us, and to OPT for streaming, and I don't know who was tracking.
That'll be Jeremy. Tramer was doing the tracking for us, so thank you, Jeremy, for doing that, and obviously OPT for doing the restreaming as well. It would have been a disappointment to not see this race live, so this will definitely go down as one of the most hype races in this tournament. So with that, thank you for watching, everyone. Like I said, stick around. We do have the Dude versus Lude Dolphin coming up right after this on the same channel. That's game 3, so tiebreaker, and that's guaranteed to be a good match as well. So we'll see you guys pretty soon. And once again, thank you to the runners and commentators and just everyone involved in making this tournament happen.
Yeah, and thank you for commentating with me in DTP.
Yeah, I look forward to doing it again with you sometime.